It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Okay, let's break this down because there's a couple of subtle things happening here that most people miss. Before we get into it, you need to understand one simple idea. Anytime someone speaks, there are things they say, and there are things built into what they say that you have to accept in order to accept what they say. These assumptions are called presuppositions. It's the information you assume is true based on the acceptance of the statement. For example, if I asked you, when did you start becoming more confident? I'm presupposing you're already confident. So in order to even answer that question, you unconsciously have to accept that you already have confidence. Kind of cool, huh? Now keep that in mind as we go through this. When Bill says,
it's factually true.
What other kind of true is there other than factual, Bill? If something's true, isn't it already factual? Adding factually doesn't give you any new information. It just makes the statement feel stronger without having to get more specific. Now, here's where it gets more interesting. When he says,
although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Listen to that carefully. What is it? Is it the time he spent? Or is it referring to his own behavior during that time? The sentence doesn't clearly define it. This is called a syntactic ambiguity. When something isn't clearly defined, your mind automatically fills in the blank according to its own perception. You don't consciously think about it, it just feels clear to you. But that clarity is coming from your interpretation, not the sentence itself. That's the crucial part. Sometimes people structure language in a way where it sounds precise, but key details are completely missing. So instead of directly answering a question, the sentence allows for multiple interpretations, and your mind picks the one that feels most coherent to you. Now, this isn't about assuming or judging intent. This is about recognizing how language works. Because when you see this, you begin to realize people don't just communicate with words, they communicate with structure. And structure plays a crucial role in influencing how meaning is formed. Now, here's why this matters for you. In your life, in your business, or in performance, you can use this same principle in a positive way. Instead of being vague to avoid, you can be intentionally open to expanding your thinking. For example, if I were to say something like, you might start noticing how you're already handling situations differently. Now, your mind just automatically filled in what differently means to you. This is how you guide someone's focus without forcing it. This is influence and communication at a much higher level. So the takeaway here is super simple. Language is a tool, and a tool by itself isn't good or bad. The intention behind how you use it is what matters. And once you start hearing language this way, you don't just listen to what's being said. You start noticing how meaning is being created.